Today we have none other than Jasmine Collins, also known as Razor Chic of Atlanta.
Yeah, it was. For my very first look and learn, over 80-something people, I was like, wow, that was blown away. So when I got on Instagram just really just took my career to the next level when I got on.
Welcome to another episode of the Millionaire Barber Mastermind Group, where we interview the top barbers and stylists in the world, and we pick their brains so we can find out the keys and secrets to their success. Today we have none other than Jasmine Collins, also known as Razor Chic of Atlanta. She's always on the forefront in beating everybody to the punch. When I think of her, I think of an eagle, because she reminds me of an eagle that has vision. Tell us something about yourself, Jasmine.
For the ones who, of course, a lot of people probably know me from social media, from, doing what it is that I do when it comes down to, nice transformations from, people who have, I guess geared towards short hair. And within the last maybe 2 years, I kind of stumbled across a major issue in the black hair industry. And it's like I'm being rebranded for something that I just stumbled across that was such a big topic and something that needs to be brought to people's attention. And just a little bit about myself. I've been in the industry for well over 23 years, probably almost about 25 years now. I'm originally from a small town in Georgia by the name of Statesboro. That's where Georgia Southern University is at, near Savannah. I've been in Atlanta over 20 years. And so you just want me to just keep spilling my...
Yeah, now when you was a kid, tell us about when you were a kid.
Okay.
What was it like growing up?
As a child growing up, I was headed down there. I always tell people when people interview me and they ask me questions about my childhood. As a child, I was, I guess I can say I was a little troubled child, getting in trouble from time to time from, getting in fights and so on and so forth, and people bullying me and so on and so forth. And as a juvenile, I ended up getting in trouble and ended up getting sent off to boot camp. So I didn't even complete high school. I went on to the 10th grade, ended up getting in trouble, and I ended up going to juvenile for about maybe about 6 months or whatever. And once I got out, God just gave me this talent of doing hair. I mean, it's nothing that I actually wanted to do or anything like that. It's just kind of something that I just kind of stumbled across and just really just playing around. I never forget, this was back in the day when like finger waves and everything was like really, really popular. And I never forget, my aunt had just relaxed her hair and she was about to get ready to gel her hair down. And me just playing around, I said, let me just see, can I wave your hair or whatever. So, I was trying to wave it or whatever, and it looked nice. It had potential, and it really, really intrigued me to want to know more about it. So I just kept practicing at it and, kept waving her hair or whatever. And next thing you know, I was waving all my little family hair or whatever. And then one thing just kind of led to another, to the point where I was working a job. I had a job at McDonald's at the age of 16. And I think I worked at McDonald's for maybe about 3 months. I would say if 3 months. Because I was in school, I was working at McDonald's, and I was doing hair out of my grandmother's house. And one thing led to another. I just started getting better and better with hair. Next thing you know, I had my whole little neighborhood on lock, to the point where I never forget my grandmother telling me that she was just getting so frustrated of so many people being at her house, like, because I was doing hair at my grandmother's house. So it had got to a point where it was overwhelming with me doing hair at home, to the point that I had to end up quitting McDonald's because I was making much more money at home doing hair than I was at McDonald's. And I never forget my grandmother forcing me to get out of her house because I had people all in the living room, all on the front porch, and people was everywhere. So just one thing just kind of led to another, and you know, hair has brought me a very, very long way. For like maybe halfway through my career, I was working without a cosmetology license. So about years ago, like almost like 10 years ago, I ended up finally going to school and finally getting my license. And when I finally got my license, that just really, really opened up a whole lot of more doors for me. Things was already, nobody can never take away from my talent and my gift. I mean, whether license or not, that was just a gift that God has given me, and nobody could take that away. Right. And, you know, school just basically just solidified everything, you know, the book, just the whole theory of everything and all of that. So it's kind of just solidified everything. And I'm telling you, hair has brought me so far. And at this point, hair don't owe me anything. Hair, I'm venturing off doing so many different things now, but hair is the root of it. Now,
When did you start doing social media? Because you're on the forefront of that. Just like I said about the Eagle, you're always beating everybody to the punch. If everybody's going to the left, you go to the right. And I don't know why a lot of stylists are not just like stalking you or copying you or watching you from afar to see what you're doing so they can be a mentee from you from afar. So how did you get into the social media, and what made you even get into social media? Because you got in it early.
Yeah, well, people think it just kind of happened overnight for me. And I tell this to stylists numerous of times, to the stylists that come take my class, and even from the stylists that has worked in my salon. What people have to realize, there's a time and a season and a place for everything. I just didn't wake up overnight and I'm just Razor Chic of Atlanta. This is something that I've been doing like for years, like even when, because Facebook been around now, I know at least 12, 15 years Facebook. Right. And way back in the day on Facebook, for people that's my friend on Facebook, that I can actually see all my stuff, they can tell you, like, I mean, I've been posting when people was out on vacations and at parties taking pictures and all that. I was grinding, taking pictures of my work and I hadn't had galleries on my page of my work way back in the day. Well over 10 years ago, I had pictures of my work. And so I was constantly building my portfolio with pictures of my work. And the most important thing, I was consistent. A lot of people are not consistent. I post like almost like every day or every other day. So I was very, very much so consistent with everything that I was doing. So yeah, it's just, you just have to know when is your time and when is your season. And when I talk to stylists, how you can identify when is your time and when is your season. Whenever it's to the point where you're like booked up for weeks on top of weeks, and people are knocking down your door trying to get you to teach them classes and so teach them your skills or whatever, then you know it's time to transition and go to the next level of your career. But I see so many stylists in the industry today. Everybody want to be a boss, right? Don't nobody want to be the worker. Everybody want to be the boss. And in the Black industry, there's so many of us that's so divided. Like everybody's doing their own thing in salon suites and paying booth rent and doing hair at the house. And don't nobody believe in teamwork and working for a brand and you guys standing as one. And, you know, together we're much stronger than we are divided. Right. And you know, I just have to just let people know it's just all about teamwork. But I don't want to get too far from your. No,
you keep on going. You're doing good.
Yeah, because I just hate for people just to really think that, you know, all of social media is it's the biggest the greatest tool right now today. But you just at the end of the day, you just have to realize when it's your time and when it's your season to branch off to do, you know, bigger and better things or whatever the case might be. But no, I've been doing this for a very long time. Well, like I said, well over 10 years. And it was when I got on Instagram when things like really, really changed for me. Because on Instagram, you know, things are just so everything is moving so fast today. And, you know, with Instagram was pretty much based off of pictures. You know, you just scroll and it's very, very easy and straight to the point. So when I got on Instagram just really just took my career to the next level when I got on there. And I had people that was begging me to get on Instagram. My girlfriends was begging me to get on there, but because it takes so much time to do people hair and to run a business and all of that, I didn't necessarily have time to do that. But I finally just went ahead and took the advice one day and finally got on there. I really didn't know how to work it, but one thing just led to another. I just started playing around with it, and I just got a hang of it. And, you know, I just really started using it to my to best of my abilities. And then once I got to a point where it was out of my control and I couldn't handle it anymore, I had to hire a PR team. So a lot of times when you guys see all these different ads and all these different things is on my pages being, you know, about promotions and about where I'm going to be in class and tour and all that kind of stuff, that's my PR team that's working. And at the end of the day, you have to pay these people for these services. So you have to bring on people to be able to help fulfill your vision. Now,
what year did you get on Instagram?
I think I got on Instagram about maybe about 3 or 4 years ago. I had to go back down and look at my very, very first post. But I think about 3 or 4 years now.
What was your very first post? Do you remember?
Yes, I do. My very, very first post, I was in, I had a little Volkswagen. I had a convertible Volkswagen. And I was playing around, and I had on some sunglasses, and my hair was in like this little faux hawk little haircut. And I just took a picture, just trying to figure out to see how it actually works. So I took a picture of me with my head hanging out the window, taking a picture, and I saw so many people was liking it and commenting on it. And then next thing, one thing just kind of led to another. So my very first, I think my first 2 pictures was a picture of me, and then I started posting pictures of my work.
Now, on your work, I noticed a lot of the women are like bald or whatever in a lot of spots. What gave you the idea to start working with that? You know, almost like a magician or something. I mean, you transform these women, and I see the women crying and everything else. So what made you start doing that?
Well, Chan, when I tell you, it's like I tripped over a barrel of water, and I'm trying my best to like dry up the water, but I can't dry it up because the water just keep running. It's something that, like, anybody who really know me from back in the day, I specialize in detail work, whether it's long hair, whether it's short hair, nice long haircuts, layer cuts, nice bobs, short haircuts, pixie cuts, all that types of stuff, and nice color. That's what I do. So when I started the whole, you know, it's nice to take an ending picture of this beautiful work that you've created. But when I started putting that before picture with that ending picture, not even the hair loss stuff, but just the before picture with the ending picture, so many people can identify with this before picture. And they'd be like, damn, you brought them from this to this. I think I gotta go check her out. So it was like with me doing the transformations. And, you know, a lot of Black Afro-American women now have a little, you know, hair loss issues from, you know, so many different things when it comes down to, you know, the edges. So, you know, people, by me doing the transformations, you know, people will come and they'll have like a little challenge areas around the temples of the hair or whatever. And, you know, one thing led to another, and so many people can identify with, you know, challenge edges, to the point where the holes started getting bigger and bigger. People was coming to me now, like the holes kept getting bigger and bigger, to the point now where women was coming to me that didn't even have no crowns at all. Like, because they seen what I did with these people that didn't have no hair, to, you know, like have small issues, to issues have gotten even bigger. And I even had women to come sit in my chair that the areas was entirely too big and I couldn't really do anything about it. So, you know, once again, this is something that I just kind of stumbled across. But even stumbling across it, I mean, I don't even have an Atlanta clientele base anymore. These people fly in from all over the world. I don't even share the stories anymore because it's so overwhelming. I keep forgetting to share where these people coming from. But these people come from all over the world. They purchasing a plane ticket, renting a car, getting a hotel, coming to me, paying me $400-500 for service, and getting on a plane and all that, going back home. And so for the amount of people to come from where they're coming from to get their real hair done, it's a major issue in the Black industry where so many people have gotten so far away from the basics in 2017. And I always tell people that I'm not anti-weave at all. I'm not. I used to do quick weaves, all that stuff back in the day. But when you start comparing the amount of money that you will make doing someone's real hair versus on all that time that it takes to do a weave, a quick weave, or sewing and all of that, it's no comparison. So, you know, and it's nothing like, you know, a head full of healthy hair. And it's like today, it's like I have so many people that come to me that don't have any hair. When I get someone in my chair who does have, you know, a head full of hair and is healthy, I be in their head all day because I miss doing those types of things because I didn't turn into this whole hair restoration type of stylist. But it's a major issue in the Black community when it comes down to these chicks. I guess, I don't know if it's, you know, a lot of people have gotten lazy, don't want to do anything to their hair. We're wearing those weaves and all of that. It's very convenient and all of that. And a lot of people just haven't gotten lazy and they don't want to do anything with their hair anymore. But it's just a lot of stylists that have been misled and don't nobody want to, like I said, work as a team and grow together to know the importance of, you know, taking care of someone's hair and doing a great job at it and making it look really, really nice at the same time. Because the thing that separates me from a lot of different stylists is that I pay attention to detail, right? I don't focus on the quantity. I focus more so on quality. And I teach that in my classes to stylists to, you know, if you're used to catering to 20 clients a day, cut that down to 10 clients a day and get the same amount of money that you was getting for 20 clients. So it's all about working smarter instead of working so hard at the end of the day.
Now, out of all your clients, what do you feel is like has been the most memorable one or most heart-touching one that you can reminisce on?
Oh my God, it's numerous of them. Like you guys don't even see half of the stories that come into my salon. Because a lot of people, because of what happened, you know, sometimes with people on social media, some people don't want to take pictures or whatever. So, I mean, you guys don't even know the half of the stories that people that come in my salon to get their hair done. It's so bad to the point that I have to keep clinics at my station now because I can just go shake someone's hand and they just bust out crying. Like, because so many people are identifying from this hair loss issue. So it's like, you know, they coming to me for seeking help. Like they want their hair back. Like it's serious out here. It's serious.
Now, how did you get the name Razor Chic of Atlanta?
Well, that name is actually going back to what it is that I specialize in, what I do. That's just a name God has given me, and I was just playing around with it, and I just kept using it, and one thing led to another. You know, years later, you know, I've actually branded myself as that. But, you know, Razor Chic was identified because back in the day, like I said, I used to do all those quick weaves and so on and so forth. So, you know, I'll always like for, you know, my thing is, if you want to wear a weave, I always want it to look very, very natural. So by cutting hair with a razor, you know, it just thins it out and it just makes it look a whole lot more natural. So I used to do a whole lot of razor cuts with real hair and with, you know, with extensions. So because I just love how the finished look of it. So that's how I end up getting the name Razor Chic, because on me cutting with the razors with quick weaves and real hair back in the day. So it's like my whole career has taken so many different turns. So I've been branded in so many different ways. So yes.
Now, there are a lot of stylists out there that don't have clientele, and a lot of them are working 2 and 3 jobs, you know, side jobs and stuff. But yeah, you got more clients than you can handle, and people flying all over the world to you. What can they do? What's a few tips that they can do to start to build up a clientele where they can quit their second job and get some clients?
Well, my thing is, if you don't have passion for it, you might as well go ahead and quit doing hair and go find your job full time. That's the thing, you know, about me. I'm an artist, and I'm very passionate about what it is that I do. So, you know, once again, me focusing more so on quality versus quantity. I put my whole love and all of my energy into that person that's in my chair, you know. I just put my everything into their hair. So only thing I can just say is for them to slow down and pay more attention to detail and take the time and the money to invest in your career to better your skills. I know so many stylists that's friends of mine that don't take continuing education classes or anything, and they're just stuck in time, stuck in their own shell. So you have to take the time out to take continuing education classes and, slow down and pay more attention to detail to better your skills.
Now, those stylists that are friends of yours, why, if you was my close friend or whatever, and I'm a stylist, and I have access to you, I would be copying everything you do. I'd be mimicking you. I'd be like a sponge trying to suck everything in that you do.
But I'm quite sure you probably heard the old saying where, your people around you and your family be the last one to get on board with everything that you're doing, right? I'm quite sure you heard that before, right? So from people to come from so far, when I first started teaching these classes, people was coming from all over the world. So that meant more to me from people to travel from so far versus on someone that's right in my town or right around the corner, or people that know me to come to my class. So that let me know that I was doing something very big and important for people to get on planes and come from wherever to come to Atlanta to get the classes that I was teaching. And let me say something about that as well, because I've been teaching classes now for a little over 3 years. And my very first class was a hands-on class. Mm-hmm. And I may have had maybe 2 or 3 hands-on classes, and then I went on to having look and learn. My very first look and learn, I had over 80-something people in my look and learn class. I was blown away. My very first look and learn. So I was like, this is something that I must continue to do.
That's a lot.
Yeah, it was. For my very first look and learn, over 80-something people, I was like, wow, I was blown away.
Now, how is it that, like, this world is full of disruption? Like, Uber has disrupted the taxi, Netflix disrupted Blockbuster, Amazon disrupted as far as Borders books. I know a lot of people started with the VHS tape. I did back in '99, then the DVD, USB, then digital. How is it that you always stay on the forefront? Are you reading something, or is your brain just always looking for what's the next thing? Because you go here and all the other styles, everybody's back there. And then years later, they just starting to do what now you done stop doing and moving on to the next. So how is it that you keep reinventing yourself?
Well, I look at it like this, what's going on today in 2017, as far as Black hair is concerned, it's a trend, right? So, you remember back in the day when everybody was wearing gold teeth, right? Mm-hmm. Everybody was wearing gold teeth, and everybody had piercings, had nose piercings, tongue piercings, eye piercings, and all of that. And everybody was getting tattoos and stuff. All of that stuff was just trends that was just going around. And eventually it started fading out. Uh-huh. And this whole thing with everybody wearing these extensions and everything, once again, not anti-weave at all. Uh-huh. But when I look around and see that, almost 2 out of every 3 women have these extensions in their hair, it's no longer a secret anymore. So I just feel like it's just a trend that's going around, but it's eventually fading off because people are seeing the damage what's being done, and especially by me being on social media, showing these people like, this is what's happening to you guys from doing this, and we're doing this repeatedly, constantly. So once they see that, people, they want to get back to once again to where their hair was healthy and they had a head full of hair. And some people come to me that do have some privileges left to be able to get a couple of different haircuts and styles, but then there's some that no longer have any privileges left, and they just out of luck, and it's just a wrap. So I know what's going on today when I look at social media. When I stroll up and down social media, all I see is wigs, closures, I mean braids. I mean, it's just everywhere, to the point where it just kind of just disgusts me when I look at it. And I've had so many different hair vendors contact me, but I don't even want no parts of it, because like I said, I'm doing something totally different from what a lot of different stylists are doing. But at the end of the day, people are going to get back to wearing their hair. I mean, that's just how it's going to work, especially after they see, after taking their hair down constantly, the damage that it has done to the hair. So people are definitely going to get back to wearing their hair. And so because I do know people are going to get back to wearing their hair, that's why I'm staying to my ground. I'm sticking to what I know, because real stylists are coming back. So all these YouTube people that's just showing, are doing all these different crazy things, I'm telling you, real hairstylists are going to definitely come back, because the way that I see it now, the stylists today no longer have you guys no longer have your industry anymore. Your industry basically have been taken away from you. But as far as me, my industry hadn't been taken away from me because of what it is that I do. I'd be booked up for weeks on top of weeks, because what I do, you can't buy in a bag. Right? That's right. So that's how you stay ahead of the game.
Now, why would a woman keep going back getting her hair tore up like that? I mean, if I knew that my hair was going to be coming out and it started to come out or whatever, I don't think I would continue to do that. Why is it today? Are they doing it for a man, or are they because they see these superstars on TV? I mean, why are they doing it?
You just hear a couple of different reasons why. When you look at TV now, it's all over TV. It's like a part of their daily uniform now. Everybody has to have it in their head to look like something. A lot of people low self-esteem. A lot of people being lazy, just being real, just being lazy or whatever. Parents putting it in their children's hair to, you're not giving your child a fighting chance to have a healthy head of hair. If you already braiding their hair up and tearing their edges out and, being lazy, don't want to be bothered with your child's hair, to the point where, well, by the time they reach a teenager, graduate from high school, they already bald head from all the damage that has been done from them growing up as a child. So you definitely want to give your children a fighting chance to have a head full of healthy hair. So, but a lot of times, like I said, people have just gotten lazy. Time is moving fast now, from all the different things that's going. And it does take a time to do your hair and get your hair done. A lot of times you guys see me in hats because I have so many different things. I stay so busy. And if it wasn't for these hats, oh my God, I would probably have to have a head full of weave in my head also. But I know the damage that it does. So that's why I choose to, if my hair is not done, I put on me a fly hat and keep it moving and do my hair for when it's really, really cut, when I really, really need to do so. But for the most part, I have my hair done, if I'm working at the salon, or if I'm doing something really, really big. But like times like this where I had to spare the moment, thank God for me, having a hat to throw on. But a lot of people have gotten lazy because it's when you're wearing those extensions, it's easy to lay on them and get on them, and when you get up in the morning, brush them and put a couple of curls and shake your head and you out the door. Their real hair, no, you're gonna have to know what you're gonna do with that real hair.
Now I know a lot of stylists I've asked if it messes up their scalp or damages it, and a lot of them say it doesn't. So why are they saying that?
I wish people would be more real with themselves, to be honest. Like, a lot of people are faking the funk and not being real with themselves. I mean, you just have to think about the theory of, you guys, think about the theory of this. You're braiding someone's hair down. Their hair is going to stay locked up in their braid anywhere from 2 to 3, 4, 5, 6 months. I've seen it. And then you're gonna take this cap, throw the cap on down to it. So you really enforcing and locking it down. And the braids are tight. Now you're gonna go and put in 4, 5, 6 bundles of hair. So you got all this tension being pulled on your follicles from the tight braiding, from the needle and the thread locking it down. From 5 or 6 bundles of hair weighing it down, from you constantly pulling on it down. Right. So what do you expect once you take all that off? Your hair don't have no change. You don't have a choice but to have hands full of hair, because all the things that your hair has went through over this course of 3 to 4, 5, 6 months. You can put a nice weave in someone's hair. You can tell your clients all day long that you need to come back and see me, you know, every 2 or 3 weeks or whatever. But as long as they looking in the mirror and their hair still popping, they looking decent, they can care less about coming to you. They're not going to come to you. So when you lock your clients' hair up like that, you're locking out your residual income. And that's the types of things that I talk about when I teach these classes. And the stylists today, they're just so lost. When I tell you they're so lost, like they locking their clients' hair up. They don't know the amount of time that they're leaving it in. They're getting pennies on the dollar to do it. You know, and just look at the amount of time these people are having stuff in their hair. It's just no comparison at all.
I know when I go in public, I see a lot of them women tapping their head like that, hitting it, and then they take a thing and be scratching it. So I'm sure it's damaging.
It is. It is. I never forget, Chin. I had an event here in Atlanta a couple years ago, and it was called the Real Hair Battle. And I created that battle because I wanted to see what can stylists do with real hair, because I noticed that the hair industry has taken so many different turns. And of course, I had radio ads, I had a couple of commercials, I had a whole bunch of street team going out with flyers and everything. But because I stay so booked up, I literally blocked off a week so I can go into some of these salons and personally shake people's hand and just personally invite them to my event. So I tell you no lie, Chin, like when I'm walking into these salons, like you as a barber, you should know back in the day, you know, 10, 15, 20 years ago, barbershops and salons were standing room only. It was standing room only. And so for me to walk into a salon on a Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, and salons were empty. There's no reason to go to salon anymore, because you can easily throw in a wig, get your hair braided, and so on. So salons are empty now. And the few salons that were open, they had maybe 1 or 2 people in there working, and the few that wasn't there working, they was in there sewing them up, constantly locking out their residual income, sewing them up. And I never forget on the radio station where I was speaking to some guys, because they was in Simon Baby and Chuck Rock was interviewing me. And I was asking them what it is about, I asked them how do they feel about women wearing hair extensions. And I never forget, this guy told me that, I asked him, I said, what is it that you hate about a woman that wears, you know, hair extensions and so on and so forth? He was like, I may meet you out at the club or meet you at a grocery store somewhere. Here it is, you got all this fake hair, fake lashes, face full of makeup, false nails, all these different things you got on. And once we start kicking it, and one day I see you without all of that stuff, I'm not even attracted to you. Who in the hell I done brought to my house? You know what I'm saying? Like you portray the person that I'm physically attracted to, but I'm not. Once you take all of that off, I'm not even attracted to you. So it's like I created that event just to see what people can do with real hair. And that whole event, that event was based around, you couldn't use no weave at all. It was just strictly with real hair. And it was a very, very nice event. And people still today want me to do the event again. But I've just been so busy doing so many different other things. But it was it raised so many different eyebrows when I brought it to people's attention. And it really, really intrigues people to maybe want to talk about it more and realize how the hair industry have taken so many different turns now.
I'm gonna share this screen and let's look at your social media. So let's go to this page. Can you see that?
Yes.
Okay. Now this is your Instagram page. Now we're gonna talk a little bit about this university, because that was real smart of you to do that. I don't know any other stylists that are doing this, the online. That was really smart, because now they can take your classes anywhere in the world, anytime, from a smartphone or a computer, and they can take their credit card out, pay for this class, money goes in your bank account while you sleep, and now you're teaching them all this. So tell us about this. What even made you think of this?
Well, I just noticed with me teaching these classes over the last couple of years that it was so many people that was requesting to for me to come to this city, come to that city. I mean, to the point where it was to the point where I was traveling at least, 3 times a month, going to different cities. And a lot of places that was, calling for me, they was probably like small towns or cities that I didn't really think that I would had any interest in going to. So I was like, I knew I couldn't get to all of these different places. So I still enjoy doing the live in-person classes or whatever. But, I have a great PR team.
Mm-hmm.
And they helped me set up this platform to be able to teach classes no matter where you're at. Because at first I started with the DVDs. I started with the DVDs, put my classes on DVDs and selling them online or selling them in person in class. But I find today a lot of people take classes online. So with the help of my PR team, they helped me put this together, and it's only been now about a little over 2 months since I've had it going, and it has been doing very, very well. It must have been needed because it's been doing very, very well since we started the online course. And I'm actually starting to record even more online classes as well.
Okay. Let's see. So let's go back to your Instagram.
And this is just Instagram. And so on my Facebook, my fan page on Facebook, I have almost 400,000 people on there as well. So
that's a lot.
Close to 1 million people.
That's a whole lot. It was something else I had pulled up. Okay, we got that. Now, on this social media, if somebody wants to get their hair done by you, what would they do? Just call up. What would be the process? If somebody's out of town, they're on Instagram, I want Razor Chic of Atlanta to do my hair. What's the process?
Well, if you look right here in this bio, this is why we put everything right here. So, a lot of times today, people hate to read. Oh my God, people hate to read. But if you just read, it just simply states, like for hair appointments, go to Razor Chic of Atlanta, razorchicofatlanta.com. Everything is online. The prices are online. How you can schedule your appointment online. If you have any questions or concerns, you can call the salon during business hours. That's the salon number right there at the bottom to call the salon. In the event that you're trying to book me for an event, book me for a class or any type of appearances or anything or whatever, you send an email to info@razorchicofatlanta.com, and I have people that monitor that email to be able to get back to people. So you definitely want to have things simplified in black and white, so it's very easy so people can actually get to it to kind of cut down on some of the calls and the emails and so on and so forth. But a lot of times, like I said, people hate to read, but if they would just slow down and take the time out to read and go through the website, go to my website page, everything is pretty much there in black and white.
Now, what made you open the salon?
Well, what made me open the salon was because I realized what I'm doing is way bigger than me. It's much bigger than me. It's even much bigger than the staff of stylists that I have in my salon. With all these different transformations that I do, it's to the point where I can't do everybody's hair. So I just had to train a staff of people to do what it is that I do and let them duplicate. I had to basically duplicate myself and others. So I basically let them, do all the clients and so on and so forth. And I go in a couple of days a week and I do my thing. But I just realized that it was much bigger than me. And I had to duplicate myself to be able to cater to the masses.
Okay. Now, who taught you how to cut? Because I saw you with them shears doing some stuff that I've never seen. Like it was scissor hands or some tricks or whatever.
Once again, like I said, I've been doing it for so long. The more that you do something, the longer you do something, the better that you're going to get at it. So, just over time, once again, from in school, learning the different cutting techniques from notching to point cutting to slithering hair to razor cutting to so many different techniques from what you learn in school and just practicing them on a day-to-day basis. And also, maybe, going to a class here and there or watching stuff online, just kind of help you sharpen your skills better and better.
Now, growing up, who was your idol or growing up?
That's a funny question when people ask me that. I didn't necessarily have anybody to look up to in the hair industry that I admired, that I wanted to be like. The people who really, really inspired me to make me want to do more or better or whatever is just anybody that's successful doing their thing. I just look at, what it is that people are doing. And I pretty much, hang around success and just, emulate the people that are very, very successful. For instance, Samora is a personal friend of mine. Mm-hmm. And I just look at it what it is that she does. Now, this lady tells jokes, right? So, I'm silly as I don't know what, but this lady took her silliness to a whole nother level, right? So you took your silliness from telling jokes to, you're traveling the world. You've been doing your thing for a very, very long time. So sticking to telling jokes and being the best comedian there is, just really just sets you apart from a whole lot of different people. So I said all that to say, whatever it is that you're doing, being the best at whatever it is that you're doing, whatever industry that you're in, being the best in whatever it is that you're doing.
What would you feel like would be coming up in life some of the biggest mistakes you've made?
Some of the biggest mistakes that I've made, always trying to do everything so big, right? I'm a very over the top person. Mm-hmm. Anybody who knows me, I'm very much so over the top. So I just always, I'm a dreamer. So I always like to do everything big. So a girlfriend just recently said something to me, and when I tell you, she blew me away with this little line that she said, and I would never forget it. She told me to stay small, keep it all. That's something, right?
That is.
Stay small, keep it all, right? So eventually, and what I took from that is basically starting out small, nurturing what it is that you're trying to grow, and then going out to get this big old luxury salon or this big building or this school or whatever the case might be. Starting out small and just growing into something versus coming out the door in something big. And so, like I said, over the years of me doing my hair battle, open up in a salon, or throwing parties, anything that I've ever done, I've always did it on a big level. So just learning how to do things now, moving forward on a smaller level, and making it big, packing out the house, and then eventually growing into something bigger. So I can say that's one of my biggest mistakes on always wanting to do everything big. So that's what I can say one of my biggest mistakes were.
Now, I know T.D. Jakes always said there's a difference in growing than swelling. Because when it swells, it has infection. It's not growing positively. But what was your turning point? I know he said when he was they put him on TBN, Paul Crouch. That's when it just, although he'd been preaching for over 20 years, when he got on that TBN, that's when it just blew him out the water. So what would you say was your turning point? You've been doing things for years, but this one thing just took you on over the top.
I would definitely say Instagram. And Instagram took me to a whole another level. Because like I said, I've been doing hair even way before social media, when I was just doing hair, and I had these postcards where I put pictures of my work on the back of the card, and all the information was on the front. I did very well because I know people are so visual now. They want to see what it is, what you can do. Mm-hmm. So, I've had a large, clientele just off of that. But the turning point for me is when I got on social media. I'm going to say social media appeared first. I'm going to say social media took me to the next level. But it's something about that Instagram. Because like I said, people's attention span is very short these days. So that Instagram just really, really just took me over. And, all these different projects and stuff that I'm working on, is just placing me in different areas to even, be bigger than what I am now. I'm working on something now that's about to get ready to make a major turn for me as well. So just always kind of staying ahead of the game and just recreating myself and what it is that I'm doing. So yeah.
Now, what's your favorite color?
I don't even know if I even say I have a favorite color. I just love anything colorful. I just love colorful, nice colors anyway. I know I wear a lot of black because of my industry that I'm in, because it's professional. But I don't necessarily have a favorite color.
What about your favorite food?
Oh, my favorite food, I would say seafood. I love me some good seafood. Yes.
What about beverage?
Beverage, when you say beverage, you mean alcohol?
Soda. We'll start with juice, soda, and alcohol.
I think my favorite, I can honestly say my favorite is sweet tea. I love me some good sweet tea. Yes, some sweet tea. I love sodas. I'm trying my best to break away from them. They're so addictive. I'm trying to cut down on them. That's my new drug now, sodas. So yes, drink, as far as alcohol is concerned, I'm not really a big drinker. If I do drink, it's kind of like just to socialize or whatever. I'm not really a big alcohol drinker.
What about dessert?
Desserts, Oreos. Oreos and milk.
Okay. Now, let me see. On your favorite outfit, your favorite outfit.
You mean like favorite outfits, period?
Yes. Favorite outfit, period.
Yeah, you have faded out. I'm sorry.
Your favorite outfit.
Oh, okay.
Because you got a lot of clothes and a lot of shoes. What has been your home run that you cherish the most?
With me, as far as fashion is concerned, I just always like to stay, classy and sexy. So, nice blazers. I love a nice blazer, nice jackets. I'm obsessed with fur. Anybody who know me, I love fur. I got so many furs and stuff in my closet. I just love to stay nice and classy. So anything, nice dresses. I'm very, very feminine, very over the top, very girly. Love accessories. Accessories is my everything, because I'm the type of chick that you can have on something simple, but your accessories just really, really take it over the top. Nice accessories, nice handbag. It's just, and some great sunglasses will definitely it always wins.
What's your favorite car?
Car?
Yes.
My favorite car. My favorite car. I would probably say, I'm gonna say my dream car. I can say one of my dream cars is a Rolls Royce. I think that would be probably everybody's one of everybody's dream cars. I had so many cars in my lifetime.
What was your first car?
My first Buick Regal.
Buick Regal, the 2-door.
Yes, a Buick Regal, honey.
What color was it?
White.
Okay.
White.
My mom had a black one back in the day.
Yes, a Buick Regal. And when I tell you, oh my God, my first time driving, I think even today I hate driving, and I hate driving because of that Buick Regal. I was so happy to finally be driving, and I tell you, I wore that Regal out to the point I hate driving now. Oh, I hate driving.
What was the best Christmas gift you ever got? Your most memorable Christmas?
Most memorable Christmas. Well, my most memorable Christmas. I don't know. Christmas doesn't really excite me too much this day and time. Because I am, pretty much, single, no kids or anything. I've always kind of just spoiled myself over the years. I don't necessarily just spoil myself just at Christmas time. I'm always constantly doing big things for myself. So I can't really say. And Christmas is a time I kind of spend that time home relaxing. So I can't really say our most memorable Christmas.
What about most memorable day? The best day of your life?
Best day of my life. Wow. Best day of my life.
Or happiest?
I can say one of the happiest days of my life is when I got my GED. And
congratulations.
Yes, thank you. Once I got my GED, and I can say definitely getting my cosmetology license, that was definitely one of the greatest days of my life. Most definitely that was.
Now they will come with, what was the worst?
The worst time of my life, I would say, well, some of the worst times of my life is, I guess I can say maybe going from shop to shop. And notice I said shop and not salon. So I can say those were some of the worst days of my life, constantly moving around. You know, I have so many girlfriends always tell me like, girl, I can't even keep up with you. Every time I turn around, you at a different shop. You from shop to shop. But what people don't realize was that, you know, a lot of different places while I was working, it was one issue after the next. You know, the phone was getting cut off, the lights was getting cut off, the gas. You know, owners trying to keep collecting booth rent to the last day. They ain't even telling you they close it down. So, you know, constantly moving around so much and over my career. Because I've worked, when I say almost all over Atlanta, I've worked some everywhere. So, yeah, I can just say constantly moving around so much.
Now, any branding tips that you can leave us with?
Any branding tips? I would say definitely, you know, get back to the basics.
Mm-hmm.
Pay attention to detail and definitely focus on quality versus quantity. Because at the end of the day, people will spend money on whatever it is that they want. Mm-hmm. And at the end of the day, you just have to know there are lanes for everybody. And if you feel that you put a lot of time into your craft and you're the best, you're one of the best that it is in your industry, I feel like you should be getting paid from what it is the best that you do. So there are just lanes for everybody, and you know, to stick to the root of, you know, how you got to where you at, and just know that just at the end of the day, just must definitely I can honestly say just focus more so on quality versus quantity.
Now, will you be having a book coming out about your life?
Now, I was just talking to somebody last night about this. I've been asked about writing a book a couple of times. I would definitely say I will probably look into doing that a little bit later on in the future, but I can definitely see me doing that later on in the future, but not right this minute, but definitely, yes.
Okay. Is there anything that you'd like to leave the audience with?
Yes, definitely. I can also say just thank you for, you know, for if I was an inspiration to anybody, you know, just I would definitely say, you know, keep working hard. Just know that your time will come. And, just stay focused and just stay consistent with everything that you're doing. And just know that there are times and seasons and lanes for everybody. Just be able to identify when is your time. And you have to be ready for it. When is your time? And you will have to know when it is time for you to shift to the next level of your career.
All right. Well, I thank you very much.